King, I just got one question. When is it gonna stop, man?
Never.
I guess not, man. We seem to be going through the same things over and over again every year. For those who don't know, go ahead and sit tight. We're gonna let y'all know here in a few about exactly what we're talking about. But we gave you a hint. It's right there up under our names.
Hmm.
So let's get to it, man. Here on We Talk Mavs.
Glow Yard. Hey, we made it to summer. Let's get it. We made it to the finals, but we out for the summer. What an exciting season, what's next, I wonder. Relle and King with the glow, y'all done Playback. When October comes, he said, Nico, run it back. We made it through the storm and we almost got the chip. We had some tough games, but now we ain't quit. We saw them boys come together, others fall apart. But most important thing, we saw our teams got heart. Luka making records and Kyrie making moves. When there's breaking news, Relle and King got it for you. When you wanna see some damn perspective views, when you on YouTube, make you know who to shoot. Whether you wanna talk or vent or who's who, just keep it respectful to my Glow Yard crew. At WTN, just to speak to the panel, and welcome to the We Talk Mavs channel. Nico, run it back. Nico, run it back. Nico, run it back. When October comes, he said, Nico, run it back.
Tastes like disrespect, man. YouTube, Glow Yard Gang, MFFLs, podcast listeners all over the globe, guys. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of We Talk Mavs, where we ducking and dodging the disrespect out here, man. But also, we talk about Mavs from a fan's perspective, man. Look, I think y'all saw the thumbnail. Luka with the finger roll in the trash can for the national media. We're going to get into it today, man. The disrespect has got to stop, man. You know, you're going about your day, your daily routine, you're at work. You know, you're out here eating a grilled cheese sandwich that your wife made for you, man. It's fire, by the way. Thank you, bro. And then folks hitting you with all this stuff, man. You know, King and the others hitting me with all this information. Shout out to my boy Fred. You know, they be hitting me with stuff. Man, look, man. We're going to get into it. I know a lot of y'all already seen it too, man. So let's go ahead and get into it. But before we do that, man, let's take a real quick second here to show some love and go ahead and announce our partnership here with Playback. You guys can download the Playback app wherever you get your apps from. It is completely free. We stream all the Dallas Mavericks games there. We also stream the We Talk Basketball Legends games there too. Oh, I thought you were going.
Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted me to do it. Dang, you left me hanging.
Oh, man.
But no, you good. Also, if you could follow us on all our socials, they're all in the links in the description below, I guess. And also, I guess hit that like button and the subscribe button, bro. You want to say that? That's normally your thing, and I do my thing. But we're on our goal to our first 3K. Like we're very close. We're less than 100. Please help us get at least halfway there, I guess. Tonight, maybe we can get to 50. What is that? 2950 before tonight or whatever. So that'll be great. But yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're into Maverick content or basketball content in general. Y'all, it's a great show. Appreciate you.
And what's our goal on Playback?
I guess it's 500 now. We got the 3
Okay.
at least. Yeah.
So our next goal on Playback is 500, y'all. It's absolutely free. It doesn't even cost you anything. Like I said, we stream all the Mav games there. We stream the We Talk Basketball Legends games there. So you guys can go ahead and follow us there on Playback. All right, King, man.
Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm finished posting.
Oh my God. Before we do that, man, let me hit the people with this.
Warning. Shots will be fired during this presentation.
I guess we can categorize this in the news and rumors. All right. Listen, man. King, You know, you could tell it's a quiet moment right now during the offseason. I think a lot of teams have finished, constructing their roster. Trades are pretty much finished. I'm not saying it's probably not going to be any more trades, but chances are, this is it. You're gonna probably see little minor trades like the trade that the Suns had when they got Roddy. Some little small trades like that, right? So really nothing major is going to happen or has been happening, I should say. So, the NBA, what they do is, man, they try to find content, or should I say the media tries to find content to fill that time, right?
Yes, sir.
Of course, you do have the Olympics going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's always something to talk about it. I mean, but, hey, it is what it is, man. So for the NBA being so quiet, this is the time of the year where you start getting a lot of hot takes. Little think pieces. The writers got to find something to write about, so they just kind of, grab something out the air and just create something on their own, right? Your boy Tim Buntim strikes again. I feel like I'm to the point now, man. I don't think it don't matter what Dallas decides to do. Dallas can go here and win 5 championships in a row. He's gonna have something negative to say, bro.
Yep.
He was the leader of this poll that came out, pause.
Yep.
Of the best and worst teams to make offseason moves, right? So you had teams that made the best offseason moves, and you had teams that made the worst offseason moves. And of course, in regular fashion, our team, the Dallas Mavericks, were not on neither list.
Luckily.
Luckily, we weren't on the bad, surprising, but we weren't on the good either. I'm gonna show y'all this. This is the latest poll from the great and all-powerful ESPN, and then we're gonna talk about it, man. Because there's another video right behind this. King sent me of a guy that we'll get on that. Let me show you this real quick, man. So this is the poll that ESPN had released. The 76ers had 8 votes. New York Knicks had 5 votes. The Thunder had 3. The Celtics had 2. The part that gets me about the Celtics having 2, King, what moves did the Celtics make?
Bro, when I saw that, I thought the same thing. I was like, the Celtics?
Other than re-signing Derek White and Jason Tatum, what other additions did they add to the team?
Nothing really. I mean, maybe people think that's good. I don't know, bro. You got me.
Okay. So, yes, these other 3 teams did make significant moves. They did. We know that the 76ers end up signing Paul George, and they got a plethora of other players. They pretty much flipped their whole entire roster. So, hey, they made moves. The Knicks, we all know, they re-signed OG, and they also traded for Mikal Bridges. Okay. The Thunder, who we talked about before, signed Hartenstein and Alex Caruso.
Mm-hmm.
That was their 2. But yet, you don't see a certain team on this list. You don't see the Dallas Mavericks on this list. And this is kind of this right here is why. I mean, I hate to keep harping over this, King, but this is why you always hear me say I don't watch ESPN, bro. This is one of the reasons why. Not because he hating on, so I'm not gonna watch him. It's not that. ESPN does things for engagement. It's what they do. They do stuff for engagement. If you don't believe me, why don't you go to these videos on YouTube and look in the comment section? It's that simple. They feed these false narratives, and then if you got people who don't have sense enough to kind of open their own eyes and watch it for themselves, they're gonna be copycatting everything that they say.
Yep.
And I'm gonna give you a prime example of that, King. Let me play this clip real quick, man. Of your boy who I don't even know who this dude is, man. He's just some another YouTuber, man, on the internet, man, spewing his opinion about certain things. So I'm gonna play this clip real quick, man, and let the folks hear this, man.
All right. Before, I'm 50-50 on the Dallas Mavericks. And the reason I'm 50-50 on the Dallas Mavericks is because they made the Western Conference Finals, obviously they made the Western Conference Finals. They made the NBA Finals. And part of me believes they should not have gotten that far. Part of me looks at that roster at that time, and I'm like, well, I don't think they should have beaten Minnesota. I'm not the only one who doesn't think they should have beat Minnesota. Like, I've met other people who are like, I kind of can't believe they beat Minnesota. And then in the first round, when they played the Clippers, they beat the Clippers in 6 games, but Kawhi Leonard only played 2 of them. So for me, I'm like, okay, Dallas got better. They added Klay Thompson, they added Najee Marshall, and they made an addition today of Spencer Dinwiddie. And that's enough for me to look at it and go, all right, they're fucking serious. Their offseason has been very good. The PJ Washington trade for them at the trade deadline last year was very, very big. Acquiring Daniel Gafford was very big for them. Luka Doncic, Kyrie played his ass off against the Timberwolves, but I tend to think that series was more bad Timberwolves than it was good Dallas Mavericks. This is just my opinion. I mean, like, I'm entitled to it. Okay, it's a free country. Don't lose your fucking mind. But that's just where I stand on the Dallas Mavericks. I feel like their run was a little bit like the Indiana Pacers, where they kind of got a little bit lucky on their way to the NBA Finals. And that happens pretty much every year. That's not uncommon. But I wasn't sold on the Dallas Mavericks. Like, they're a team that I just simply was not sold on. Right? Before...
So yeah, I didn't. It's not the whole video. There's even more to add to that. This the same guy also too that admitted in this video he doesn't know a lot about Najee Marshall and he does not know a lot about Quentin Grimes.
Yeah.
King, this is the good. Nah, you go ahead before I go in, bro. I got a whole lot to say, bro.
I don't have much. I'm gonna let you. The rants. They love your rants, bro. But I don't know. I could tell he's a Grizzlies fan, but I see his show is more dedicated towards like NBA content. So shout out to him. I hope he grows. He does all he does, success, whatever. But stay away from other teams, man. I think that's what we talk about all the time. When you can't watch all 32 teams, stop making hot takes about teams you don't know or don't understand. Like. I remember back in, 2022, they said we had the one run and we were going to be like, shout out to Damon and them, the Atlanta Hawks, and one and done. And, last year, the year before, 2 years ago with the whole Kyrie thing and all and us tanking at the end, it kind of felt that way for a little bit. It was like, man, I remember after that year, we were like, damn, is Tim Bontemps right? Like, are we that much trash? And, but it's just funny that 2 of the last 3 years, I guess he doesn't remember this, that the Dallas Mavericks have been in the Western Conference Finals. People now understand that, like, we now have a sample size. It's not like a one and done now. It's been 2 out of the last 3 years, which means that Luka Doncic is probably going to be in the Western Conference Finals at least a bunch of times. But the disrespect of other teams it's just whenever we win, it's because of another team. I've seen folks say, shout out to Flight Mike, was it microphone or whatever. He talked about the Dallas Mavericks, and he had to go back in his comments and edit. He was talking about that we had an easy path to the finals and that we ducked not only the Nuggets, but we ducked OKC as well. And but then he went back and added it and said, oh, no, they actually played OKC in the playoffs. I forgot about that and all that. I'm like, bro, what? I don't understand. We played 3 50-win teams and 1 60-win team, but we had an easy path. But I don't understand, bro. It doesn't matter what happens. It's just always some reason, excuse to, and I think that's part of, like I said, revisionist history. And you ask me all the time is when does that change? Like what people think about the Dallas Mavericks and the expectations, and it's going to change over time. But I think that's part of like what the media has made or the narrative about the Dallas Mavericks. So folks just say, the same thing about the Dallas Mavericks and aren't paying attention to the changes. So it is what it is. I just, like I said, wish he would not make hot takes about teams that he doesn't pay attention to. Like he just, like you said, obviously said he knows nothing about Najee Marshall. He knows nothing about Quentin Grimes.
He admitted that himself in the video.
Yep, and these are major pieces that we have involved now. Shout out to Najee, man. I see him Najee balling on the courts, looking good, doing some things. I'd never see Dodo or probably a DJ or Reggie Block or
keep going.
What's his name? Frank Ntilikina. Like all the shout out to Exum too, though, bro. Exum put up, I think, like 14, 15 today.
Okay.
In the Olympics and all. So shout out to Exum as well. Like he was doing his thing. So I mean, I'm ready for the season, bro. I just want people to stop disrespecting the team. Like, we got better. But, again, they aren't going to expect it. We're not going to get the love we got. Maybe that's a good thing. But I keep telling you, I think this is the year we come out the gate on fire. And they'll see once it happens again. It's the revenge tour. So we'll see what happens in the playoffs. This is one of those years I feel like where we're going to be waiting for the playoffs. I really feel like we're going to be sitting here like, man, it's about time for the playoffs. And hopefully they ready to rock and roll at that point. But as far as him, bro, like people just
in January, we ready for the playoffs.
That's how I feel. I feel like going into the All-Star break this time, we're going to be like destroying guys. Like, we'll see. I don't think we're going to need a middle of the season like trade. And I think you said that before, like that pickup and all that. I don't think we'll be worrying about the free agent market when the buyout. We're not going to be worrying about that and none of that stuff. I think unless injuries happen, knock on wood. But
yeah,
you're fine.
Listen, man. I don't even know where to start. I'm tired of saying the same thing over and over again. If y'all been following us for any period of time, day one, y'all know what I'm about to say. This is why I don't watch ESPN, man. I don't watch ESPN. The one thing I don't like about ESPN is the misinformation that they give out there. It's like they give out the misinformation and it's very dangerous. Not in the literal sense, but y'all know what I mean. Like it's dangerous because you got people like this spewing out information. So, like King just said, you not only. This is why I tell you this before. My pop said this years ago, man. I was young, and when I think one day Colin Cowherd said something crazy, man. I'm like, man, you hear what Colin Cowherd said? And my pops told me, he said, man, son, listen. You got guys like Stephen A. Smith and Colin Cowherd. Those guys can't cover all 30 teams. They can't do it. So when they give the information now, they're giving you little cliff notes. Mm-hmm. They're not giving you the actual in-depth information of these teams. And we've seen it so many times to the point, like I said, I don't watch ESPN. So a lot of times when this stuff, like the information I just showed y'all with the votes, King or somebody else sending me that stuff. I don't watch ESPN. Because if I want to get this information, you know what I can simply do? I can go on Twitter. They're going to regurgitate the same thing that this said. Yep. I'm 1,000,000% guaranteeing that. You want to know how I know? I just showed you a clip of a guy who doesn't say the same thing that we hear other people say. I mean, it's all the same thing. Nobody has an original thought anymore about these teams. And this is also, too, why, like you were just saying, I 1,000,000% agree. This is why I've told you before. Whenever you hear me say I follow certain YouTube channels, I follow YouTube channels of the people who cover a team. A team. Because you can dedicate your time to one team. It's very simple for you to dedicate, because a lot of times those people are actually fans of those teams, and they're passionate enough, they're going to follow every little thing this team does, right? So it's easier for them to get the information a little bit better than what ESPN does. ESPN don't give a damn about the Grizzlies or don't give a damn about Charlotte or whoever, right? And so they're not going to give you the full intricate details of a team, which is why I follow those guys. I follow the Demons and the Freezies and the Empire Jeffs and them guys like that, bro. They give good content. You say, and get good sound opinions on their stuff. I might not agree with them all the time, but I respect their opinions enough to know to follow these guys and listen to what they got to say, man. Because most of the time they actually have great sound opinions, which is why I follow and listen to their stuff, right? This is why I follow those other channels. This is why I'm telling King, hey, man, I just found a Detroit Pistons channel or whatever, right? I'd rather do it that way. I don't like going to ESPN. I know people say, oh, because they got the connections and all that. What has connections done for ESPN?
Nothing.
No matter how many connections, no matter how many guests they have on these shows, they still spewing out misinformation. So it doesn't matter. Either way it goes, they're spewing out misinformation. So that's why I don't listen to ESPN. I don't listen to Fox. It's like it's getting fewer and fewer in between of who I can listen to outside of the people I listen to on YouTube. You got to nitpick every little person who, okay, this guy, he got some smart things he be saying, man. He don't have a certain agenda. But at the end of the day, every once in a while, they rear their ugly head. Somebody going to have an agenda in some kind of way at some time, bro. That's the crazy part.
It's political,
right?
Bro.
Yeah, it gets real political, man. And that takes the fun out of this stuff now, man. Because, like, it's not the fact that, oh, they disrespecting the Mavericks. It is disrespect. But, I mean, it's not the fact that, oh, they don't like us or whatever. It's the misinformation they're spewing with the dislike. That's the part I'm not cool with. It's the misinformation. Like I said, with this guy right here saying that you got this definitive take. But yet you said in the video yourself, you don't know a lot about Najee Marshall and a lot about Quentin Grimes, right?
Yep.
Something like so. Or we hear, Kendrick Perkins say this before. Oh, I didn't watch him this year. I was shocked when I seen him in person.
Then why are you making opinions?
Why are you making opinions? Like, that makes no sense. But then you still have thousands and thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who steady watch and follow you ESPN every day. But these are also the same people that will go online and complain about what ESPN said.
Yep.
I'm a million % guaranteed what they do. We can't nitpick the stuff that ESPN say. Okay, they're good here, they're not good here. They're good here, they're not good here. Listen, are they trash or they not?
They only recognize they trash for their own teams.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like they pay attention when you're looking for other team stuff. You pay attention to ESPN, but
exactly
you realize they trash on your team.
and you know what's funny? How many times I told you? I said I don't watch ESPN not just because they don't get the Mavericks right. They're not getting nobody right.
They're not getting anybody right. Yeah,
I've talked to Devon and them. We just followed Devon and them channel. Every time they bring up ESPN talking about something off their team, they're completely wrong. Yeah. So it's not just our team. Freezing them same way. I'm listening. I listen to Jeff almost every day. I'm at work, bro. While I'm at work, I got this stuff playing in the background. And it's like, bro, like he even said some of that stuff. Like, man, I don't listen to ESPN. They said this and that and this. It does not just happen to us. It happens to everybody. But like King just said, if you only see what they're saying about your team. You don't care about everybody else's team. So it's like common sense doesn't tell you that if they get my team wrong, you don't think they get everybody else's team wrong.
Yep.
It's like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing?
Yep.
And so that's why I say, bro, like I can't do it. I can't do it, man.
Don't fall in love with the ESPN narrative. I tell folks all the time, like when you want to see what a player's about, don't let ESPN tell you that Klay Thompson just went 0 for 10. You feel me? Like you'll be like, this dude is the worst of the worst when you got a Tim Hardaway Jr. in your team. You feel me? Like you can't. You have to.
Hey, and the crazy part about it is they'll pick that one game from Klay, right?
Mm-hmm.
But ignore the 2.5 months of Tim Hardaway going 0 for 5,000 or whatever, right? Like they ignore that, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Like, look,
but Tim Hardaway is a good defender, and he can be a first option.
That's what I was told. That's why I got the shirt on. I was told a lot. I was told a lot of things. Like I said, man, if I would tell folks, man, I know folks be like, man, you see what they said on this, they said on that. Look, man, people ought to be smart enough now to know who to listen to, who not to listen to, man. Yep. Like it's that simple, man. Like I've been on this earth long enough to know, man. I've seen a lot. Like I've seen a lot of these people. If you listen to these people enough, after a while, something should be clicking in your head. Like, yo, this dude, I don't never know what he's talking about. Like, you're completely wrong. Especially if they talk about your team, you ought to know. Like, yo, that's completely wrong, right? So why are we still listening to these same people? Why? Because they are part of a huge network? That doesn't mean anything. When we heard these people before on their networks, pretty much admit they haven't seen it, or haven't seen this team. Like, what are we doing?
We do this show late night. We're up at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and sometimes y'all games are late as hell, right?
Yeah, especially on West Coast, yeah.
And I told you, bro, I would literally I post the show or whatever on Twitter saying that we got a show coming up and we got to post something on Twitter because we just watched the game and we got work to do. We just paid attention to it. Hey, we're going to talk about it. If these guys aren't posting about the game, what does that mean? They're not watching. They're probably asleep at that point.
That means they watched it.
So how the hell did you watch the late night game that ended at 2 o'clock in the morning when you got to work at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning? How'd you sleep?
Oh. And ESPN kind of went away from. You remember I told folks this. ESPN kind of lost their way. I'm not saying it was like perfect or nothing. I'm just saying like they slipped completely to the whole WWE style of reporting.
Yep.
When you remember when they used to have, I told folks this before. You remember when they used to have the ESPN Dallas, ESPN Chicago, ESPN New York, all that or whatever. That was a time where you had these specific writers, beat writers or whatever, covering these single teams.
Yep.
And like all the teams in Dallas, you had a certain writer covering each of them. So that way, whatever that writer writes, like like, yo, it's legit because this guy follows the Cowboys.
Yep.
This guy, it could be Eddie Sicko. It could be who we had. We had Tim McMahon.
Yeah.
Tim McMahon for Dallas. And I forgot who else would put the Stars and all that stuff, Rangers and all that. They had somebody specifically.
Right, the Longhorns there too, right?
Yeah, we had the Longhorns. I think we had the Aggies.
Yeah, I had a few people in Dallas.
Yeah, we had a bunch of them here in Dallas. But yeah, and so like you had that one writer that covered that team. So it's like, okay, this guy is specifically for this team. Whatever he's pretty much as thorough as a YouTuber, right? Like I could trust it. It's like as soon as they cut that down, they cut out the sub ESPN channels and websites. They ended up having I think it's like 5 writers, I think, because Tim McMahon has like 5 teams he covers, and like some other people got like 5 teams they cover or whatever it is. And so ever since they did that, it's like now like Tim McMahon, you can't cover all 5 teams like that, bro.
Bro, it's
you can't sit at a Memphis game and sit at a Mavs game. It's impossible, bro.
It's ESPN California and ESPN New England.
Yep.
That's what ESPN is. It's ESPN California and ESPN New England. Like I don't even think
matter of fact, I don't think they at Bristol no more.
That's what I'm saying. I think they in New York now? They're in New York.
I think they're in LA. I think they're in LA.
I think they're LA and New York. They got 2 studios. I think it's one in New York now, and it's one because where they do NBA stuff is in LA, and then LA, First Take and all I think is New York. I think it is now. It was Connecticut, but that whole area is what they cover over there, and they cover California. Like other than that, like ESPN feel like it's trying to phase away from the Cowboys, bro. That's more of a Fox thing now that they're trying to do as far as Cowboys, but like that's what it is, bro. And I wanted to ask you a question. What was the easiest series we had in the playoffs? You feel like?
Yes.
Okay. the one that everybody say is the luckiest one was the one that you felt like we could have swept, right?
This is the thing too. This is how I know you didn't watch the games. This guy didn't watch the games. When people say they got lucky, do they not understand if Dallas did not trick off the game 4s in the first 3 series, you would have beat the Clippers in 5, you would have beat OKC in 5, and you would have swept Minnesota.
Yeah.
They literally tricked off the games in all 4 game 4s.
Yep.
If they had not tricked those off, playing out of character, we talked about this on the show, you would have had a 5, 5, and 4.
Yep.
So how are we lucky we beat those teams?
Was it lucky? Was Golden State lucky they beat us?
No, we just got beat. No, we just got beat.
We just get beat, right?
No. When they beat us, we got beat.
Was Boston lucky? Was Boston lucky we were missing 3s?
No, when they looking at Luke was hurt.
I guess, but even making 3s, like we weren't hot. Imagine we were hot. That dudes were just making everything. Like if they would have just been on the hot streak at that point, were they just lucky?
So you're saying if the Mavs just simply scored 100 points in a game? Yeah,
like if PJ and DJJ were actually making 3s, wide open 3s, those series like they did against OKC. You feel me? If that would have happened, then
which tripped me out. He was talking about it was this bad Minnesota and not good Dallas. I'm like, so wait, what do you think contributed to Minnesota being bad?
Bro, we matched up the best against, and I think the thing is that I think we yelled that before the series happened. Rudy Gobert is a bad matchup for Luka Doncic. He will always be. When you got Rudy on the floor, Luka will make him regret being on the basketball court every time.
What's the one thing that people kept sleeping on about our team?
Our defense.
You say that again for the people in the back?
Our defense.
So that's how I also know you didn't watch the game, sir. Not you, him. That's why I know he didn't watch the games, because it's like we us as Mavs fans, we know how good our defense is. If you can simply look that stuff up, but if ESPN doesn't tell you they have a good defense, you don't believe they have a good defense.
That's the main
let me give you another example of that. You remember when Keyshawn was saying we didn't have no defense?
Yep.
And Paul telling them like, bro, they like number 2 or number 3 or whatever it was since the trade deadline or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they probably getting lucky.
That's part of the reason why. That's part of the reason why they saying our defense was trash in the finals. They just kept the narrative. You feel me? It just they never said the Mavericks had good defense last year. Keyshawn Johnson kept saying throughout the whole playoffs, we don't have a good defense. And they just kept trying to say, yes, they do. They're beating people. What are you saying? And he just waited until we lost to say, oh, no, look at their defense. See, they had to play defense, and you did this. And I'm like,
in the finals, when he finally said it.
Yeah, in the defense. But I'm like, the defense wasn't even that bad, though. That you can win a championship playing the defense they played. They just having a scoring.
Exactly.
Like,
where was the scoring coming from? What was the scoring coming from outside of Luka and Kyrie?
We scored over 100 points. I don't think we were held under 100 points that many times in the regular season, were we? As many times we were held in the finals, we were held 4 times.
King, you scored 100 points one time, and what we do in that one game?
We won that game.
You say what now? What was that game?
We won that game and handedly too. Man.
So I guess people don't. That's why I always talk about context, but it is what it is, bro. Yeah, that's why I say, man, misinformation out here in this world, man. Like I've always said before, I don't know how a regular YouTuber can cover 30 teams like that and be accurate, bro.
I mean, you trying
Yeah,
to.
I don't know. I don't know if you saw the comment section of the dude's video.
Oh, I did shout to TGK. I shout to others too. I saw him.
Yeah,
I told you
they was cooking this dude.
They
was
were
cooking.
I don't know, bro. I don't get that Minnesota thing. Like I said, if your defense is like revolves around Rudy Gobert, the Mavericks are going to beat you. I'm serious. I really believe that. If your defense, meaning in Minnesota's defense, live and die with Rudy Gobert, right? Like he changed the defense. He is that. If it's around Rudy Gobert, you cannot play against the Mavericks. But I guess that conversation won't be put in the national media. You feel me? Like that can't happen. Rudy Gobert, it gets cooked by Luka Doncic. It's proven. It's fact. It's history.
And then they'll be wrong about giving him another defensive player of the year. Yeah. That's why they don't do it.
And Luka was basically yelling at him, what other defensive player of the year do you know getting yelled at the way, other than maybe Dwight and Kobe? That was different. But the way Rudy get yelled at by everybody, I'm just saying, like that ain't.
What different?
What told Jaden Hardy to go at him? Luka told Jaden Hardy go at him, take the ball back and go.
What other defensive player you know get disrespected for his defense?
That's what I'm saying. Nobody.
I mean, it is what it is, bro.
People want Rudy Gobert teams in the playoffs.
Yeah. Ain't that what we said before we even knew we was gonna play them in the West Conference Finals?
Yeah.
What was one of the teams I told you I wanted in the first round? I said I wanted Minnesota, bro. I said that, but because I said before that main reason, I'm not scared of. For one, you got two guys in the front court that don't show up. Rudy gets played out the court, and Cat don't show up when it counts. You know what I'm saying? And
we have a guy.
One of the main reasons why they lost in that series because Cat didn't show up.
And we have a guy now that's I think, like I said, pretty soon gonna be better than Rudy Gobert at everything he does. So if that's the case, and you got him and Rudy Gobert playing for the middle, like
I already know who can guard better on switches on the perimeter.
Yeah. Derek Lively. If Rudy in there, Derek Lively get to play, right? He definitely get to play.
Yep. You said Isaiah Hartenstein. What you said?
I think that's going to be a bad move. I really think they're overselling that move. I really think so. I really think that's the move of the summer that everybody like fell behind and saying it's a major move. And I don't think it's going to be that good. I think they overpaid the hell out of Isaiah Hartenstein. I don't even think Isaiah Hartenstein may not like be around like too much longer. That's like I think he isn't that type of player to get a $30 million contract.
You know who agree with you?
You,
Freezy.
Oh, that's yeah.
Shout out to Freezy.
I saw him when he said it.
Yeah, he said on the show. That's why I follow independent YouTubers, bro. NBA YouTubers.
That's foolish.
This is why.
That dude was barely a starter, and now you giving him $30 million. He got to start now, bro.
Yeah.
That does not. Isaiah Hartenstein does not. We beat him, right? Who put him out? Mm-hmm. We did, right? Does he fear? Does he put fear in your heart? Does anything with him on the court? They better without him on the court to play against us. I feel like.
Hold on, listen, King. You see this right here? This is why I fear. This is why I fear no man. You understand? This is why right here, bro.
Shout out to DJJ.
Shout out to the people on our news section that this guy didn't know anything about.
Bro, man, they got Isaiah Hartenstein, bro. Like, what is he going to do against Derek Lively, bro? Isaiah Hartenstein, okay. And that's why I say to Richard and Joe, Isaiah Hartenstein just changed the market. Remember that. He just changed the market. And they were worried about Derek Lively. Derek Lively's getting a max, bro. And if we don't give him a max, somebody else giving him a max. People now looking at the draft for Derek Lively's.
Matter of fact, did you just see some of these dudes getting these maxes over this summer?
Yeah, I'm
he getting the max.
Derek Lively is getting a max.
Yeah, he getting the max
for that. So in those 5 years, once that's done, he's getting it, and he's going to deserve it. I'm going to have no problem giving Derek Lively a max.
And he's going to start.
Yes, Derek Lively changed his team. We went from 0 to hero with Derek Lively.
No, it's with Dwight Powell.
Sorry, he killing it over there in Canada, allegedly getting triple singles.
Didn't he kill it last year in Canada? Oh, whatever year that was in Canada. What do you do coming back? Then he came back injuring folks.
Maybe he need to play overseas.
I mean, I'm with that.
I'm just saying.
But the powwows ain't gonna like that, bro. He gonna come at you. Don't do that.
He'll be a legend over there.
No, they say he a Dallas legend here, bro. What they told me.
So now, but I understand now why the white power is loved so much. It's the Canadians. It's the Canadians.
Damn, we got that many Canadians here in Dallas?
They may not be there in Dallas, but they may be Maverick fans because they just like Slovenians are Maverick fans. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the Canadians, he's a hero to Canada because he out there killing. He out there looking better than Joel Embiid.
Everybody looking better than Joel Embiid from what I heard.
That's what I'm saying. So he's a legend, bro. He getting triple singles. This dude out here almost hit the triple double. Real talk. The white power.
White power. All right, bro. Let's go ahead and get to the glow yard here, man. Before we do, let's show some love, man, to the sponsors of the channel.
Before we continue, we want to give a special shout out to Fanatics for hooking the channel up with a personalized link for you guys and ladies to get all of your official NBA Dallas Mavericks merchandise and apparel. If you're interested in helping the channel at all, please scan the QR code on the screen or check out the link in the description. We appreciate all of the continued support, and big thanks go out to Fanatics once more for hooking us up over here at We Talk Mavs.
Listen, man. If y'all have not seen the new Klay Thompson jersey they just released, y'all need to go on down to the description box and click on that Fanatics link, man. Go ahead and copy you a new Klay Thompson number 31 blue jersey, man. That's like it's icy. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. That's
I might get that blue one, bro. And I don't usually get the Kristaps Porzingis one because, like you said, the Jason Terry look.
Mm-hmm.
I like that blue one.
Yeah, that blue one look nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. I bet you that authentic gonna be fire, boy.
Yeah, that's why I might.
Man, shout out to that dude we saw at the what game was they went to? Oklahoma City game. That dude had the authentic
Lively.
PJ. No, it was PJ Washington. No, was it Gafford?
Gafford. It was Gafford. You said
Gafford. Yeah, it was Gafford. Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. That was fire, bro. I swear he walked in that bar, bro. Everybody was staring at his jersey, bro. I think like a couple people stopped him and everything, asked where he got it from and stuff. I didn't even know they had the jerseys out already.
How long
he had the blue one of that.
How long do you think Daniel Gafford on this team?
How many years he got left on his contract?
I'm not sure, maybe 2. You think that might be it? Would have been
kind of hard.
It might be with him being a backup, but like Daniel Gafford can start for teams. You feel me?
Yeah, he can.
So I think eventually, I think the goal is to hopefully win a championship in his contract. Because once he gets another contract, he'll probably get money. He's gonna get money. Like he may not get $30 million, but I can see Gafford getting $20 million somewhere.
Like 20, probably.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think
18 to 20.
I don't think the Mavericks want to pay 20-something million for a bench player. That's
no.
Unless it's like a $6 million a year dude or something.
Yeah, I think Nico got a threshold where he want to pay out the bench.
A lot of these dudes, I think Nico just he cut through. It's a good thing. Like I think all these dudes can be gone after this contract. Just depends on like what works.
Hey, I'd rather you be cutthroat than sign a dude that's injury prone to a 5-year guaranteed contract.
Yeah, I like the way he operates, Paul. You feel me? Like you got to show it on the court, and if you're worth it, hopefully we're going to promote you and get you to it. If we can't get you a contract here, we get you a contract somewhere else. But he's not going to overpay dudes though. He seems like he keeps it fair and real. So Nico, the truth, man. Shout out to Nico. Nico, we trust.
All right, man. Let's get to the glow yard. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's y'all time of the show, glow yard. Maybe you got any questions, any comments addressing me and King. We ask you guys to hit us with the WTM in front of your question or your comments. We ask you also be respectful in the comment section. If any super chats come in first, we'll address those first. So we got one so far. Oh, our boy Too Much, man, the producer of our intro.
Not
he
now.
says,
former one.
Oh yeah, former one. Yeah. And he's gonna be the producer of our upcoming intro.
All right, y'all can't wait for that.
He said he's with the $4.99 donut glow yard member. Says Tim Legler is the only honest opinion from a Tim outside of Dallas, Texas. The MFFLs and the glow yard should care about now. Yeah. The Mavs are stacked. Yeah. The only thing about Tim I didn't like he kind of backtracked on the whole Luka MVP thing. Other than that, like, you know, Tim, I can tell you, like King said before, you can tell he watches the games.
You can tell he watches the game, but he want to keep his job. if that makes sense.
So yes, like if there was a line, he's leaning more towards being real with it than leaning towards the political side of ESPN, right? And it's not just us. Like he does that for all the teams. Like you can tell, like I've heard talk about like Phoenix before or whatever, right? Like the stuff he's saying, if you watch the games, like even from that one game I watched the Phoenix playing against us, the stuff he's saying about Phoenix, like okay, that lines up with what Tim said. So I just like the honesty that Tim has, man. You can tell he actually takes the time. And when he got called out for, remember the end of the season before the season started, what did he end up doing? Okay, you know what?
I didn't watch him.
Yeah, let me sit down and start watching. And what did he say? I'm gonna start doing my homework and start doing my due diligence. And that's all we ask, bro. You get paid to watch the game. Just watch the game, bro.
He still works for ESPN, so I understand it's political and he has to watch his back or do certain things. Like I sent you the video last year. I think he basically said Minnesota was the favorite to win the championship, and then he tried to kind of like
yeah,
and was like, no, I was saying it should be the favorite because of this and this, and I was like, okay, Tim, nah, I think you just, Maverick fans was like, you supposed to be the Maverick guy, and when you said a difference of opinion, it was like, but
because he hit that pivot real quick. I'm like, wait a minute, what are you doing, Tim?
He pivoted quickly, but yeah, like Tim McMahon, I'm down with Tim, but.
Right, 2 weeks before the votes go in, he started pivoting. I'm like, come on, Tim, you was right there. You almost there.
Saying that Luka had to do more things. It was like, Luka got this, and all. It was like, no.
But Joker didn't have to do more things the years he won the championship. I mean, the MVP, and he was losing. I was like, okay, bro. Like I was like, Tim, where'd this come from?
So also let me show you how a narrative works. Another narrative. Serbia just lost to the USA, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, you talking about this in the group.
They got destroyed. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's imagine that was Luka and Slovenia, right?
Like this year,
they would say, Luka's trying to do too much. He let his team down, like even against Canada and all that stuff back in the day. Gotta get his guys involved and all that stuff.
Right? All the good things, yes.
Yeah. ESPN though for the Joker said, well, look at his minutes when he's on the floor. As opposed to his minutes when he's off the floor. Duh, we know that's going to happen. The team isn't good enough. But why isn't it on Joker to get his teammates more involved and all that? The same way it was like Luka to get his teammates and all that more involved. I mean, didn't Serbia just win the tournament or whatever? Was it last year or whatever without the Joker?
Yep.
And they got blown out this year when he played.
How many times have you seen Slovenia win anything without Luka?
Never.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And like I said, Serbia won without the Joker playing at all. And that's not even a knock on the Joker. I'm just saying, like, how does that narrative? It switches. It's the same thing that happened on the court, but it's just two different narratives created for two different players. But shout out to Too Much though, man. And I can't wait for that next that fire, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you too much. Appreciate you.
Let's see. Anybody talking to us? Shout out to Kareem, man. He's a Glow Yard member. He says, Relle and King, I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
What up, L? She says, sounds like Dwight is getting the all-star treatment and the respect by the commentators in the Olympics. Like they haven't seen him play, so they need to stop. About to get that a new contract, bro. That extension.
Oh, God, man.
Joe's a Glow Yard member as well. He says the most recent version of Hoop Collectives had Tim McMahon point out that the U.S. versus Serbia game had more viewers than Game 4 of the finals. He too cannot help but take shots at the Mavericks.
It's no secret that Tim McMahon's utter trash, man.
Noah's also a Glow Yard member. He says that YouTuber that says we shouldn't have beaten Minnesota to get to the finals, but we did beat Minnesota. Minnesota was healthy too. Whoever that YouTuber was, he is such an idiot. I mean, I can call names and all that. That's for y'all to do. But that's why I say you can't make hot takes about other teams. You don't pay attention. That's crazy. Like, especially
if you make a hot take and then, like I said, y'all didn't see this part, but in part of his talk, he don't know anything about Grimes and Marshall. Yeah, so it's like how you making a definitive take about something you don't know about? That's the irresponsible part about what some of these people do, man.
That's clickbait. That means he's literally just looking for views. It's not about being correct. It's about being the hot take, like ESPN.
Oh, they got better, but they're lucky.
Yeah.
So you contradicting yourself in the own. Okay, whatever. All right. Corey with the $4.99 don't know is a Glow Yard member. He just said, "Much love, guys. I am the only one who misses watching live play basketball. Yeah, man. I'm ready for the season. I ain't never been so ready for the season in my life, man. Probably since probably the 07, 06, 07 year, man. I was ready for the season to start.
Yep. That's the last time we lost in the finals.
Yep.
That's what it was. I wasn't even this excited. 11-12. Actually, 11-12.
Yeah, I
was worried 11-12. I ain't gonna lie. That was like, Mark Cuban, what were you doing, man? Why would you?
Yeah, I was curious to see how Lamar Odom would be with us, but then it was like I didn't have that excitement still. Like I was ready to watch basketball, but it wasn't like, oh my God, we got an
entire different team, bro. Like what would have been the chances that we'd have ran back to the finals with that team, bro? We had a different team. How does that happen? You got to get chemistry and all that. Like that was a whole.
And wasn't that a lockout year too? We started the season till like December or whatever, or Christmas or whatever.
Christmas Day, because Miami beat the hell out of us on Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It came back in. I think that was ring day, wasn't it? Wasn't it in Dallas?
Yep, in Dallas.
They beat the hell out of us that day, bro.
Yeah, I remember that. That was embarrassing.
Shout out to Corey, man. Gina Kim's a Glow Yard member as well. She says, "Hey fellas, been a while. What up, Gina Kim? I haven't been listening to anything the media has said about us because they're always wrong. Thankfully, they haven't been popping up, so I don't get upset."
Yeah, like I said, Gina, only time I see this stuff from folks sending it to me. So it's like,
yeah, that's
I stopped listening to them guys.
Noah says no one is talking about how easy the Celtics path was, and I could say the Celtics didn't beat the Pacers. The Pacers just lost. They had leads and they blew them to Boston, but our path was easy. Shaking my head. Speaking facts, but that ain't how narratives work, man. Gina Kim said the Nuggets had an easier path to the finals and were able to get the chip. Nobody is ducking anyone. You play who you play, and we played tough teams, first seed, generational defense in the Celtics. We were ready. The Mavericks were about to. If the Mavericks would have beaten the Celtics, they would have been in the conversation for having the toughest route to an NBA championship ever. And out of nowhere, they're now. It's a lucky. Okay.
And you're right, Gina. We said that on the show about the Celtics. I mean, not the Celtics. The Nuggets. We said that, and I remember everybody in here was crowning them a dynasty and all that after one championship. I didn't understand the whole dynasty thing. We kept telling y'all this is not the same Nuggets team that won a championship. And on top of that, when they went to the championship, they played a 7th and 8th seed.
Well, you should have had that other side of the poll, man. The poll about the who made the worst moves in the offseason.
Oh yeah.
Because it's crazy how we went from the Nuggets being a dynasty to 2 years later having the worst offseason in the NBA. Wow.
You know what's funny? It takes 2 years for them to finally realize that. Did we not mention this last offseason when we said they lost Bruce Brown? Did we not say that?
The whole season, bro. We were yelling the whole season saying.
Folks.
They kept telling us they're gonna turn it on. That's what they kept telling us. They're just cruising. And I'm like, bro, are they Kobe and Shaq? Have they won 2 championships already back to back?
Yeah, they're a dynasty, bro. Of course. If you're a dynasty, you had to, right?
They beat a 7th and the 8th seed to win the championship. It's not even like they had to see really the cream of the crop to win the championship. Why would they just cruise? They didn't show anything yet.
Thank you, Frodo. And Jeff Green. I forgot about that. They forgot about that. Jeff Green, too. I forgot. You're right.
But they were a dynasty. Because ESPN was crowning them as a dynasty.
I was told.
You feel me? So ESPN was crowning them as a dynasty. So we had that's why I said earlier, fans will pay attention to ESPN for other teams. So we had Maverick fans and all looking at ESPN saying, man, Denver's a dynasty. Look at them, man. They said the Joker dissing these numbers and all that. And we yelling to them, that ain't the truth, y'all. Like, y'all, come on, that's not the same thing. But and now 2 years later, they the worst offseason in the NBA. That's wild. When they gonna become that dynasty?
No, he's still a dynasty.
Okay. Ali said, what y'all think of the offseason workout of our roster? Thank you. I love it. Ali, A+.
Ali, listen, we heard this. We've said this before when we talked about their the conference when they had the introducing the new guys and all that stuff. Some of the comments they said, when have we ever had anybody come into our franchise, a new player come to a franchise and automatically saying not saying I think,
Yeah.
They're saying we're going to
win, bro.
Win a championship. I'm telling my friends and family, yo, we finna win a championship. Like,
bro,
how many times y'all seen anybody say that in our franchise history? It's old as me, it's old as Joe and Richard. You've never seen that in the history of our franchise, bro.
You don't just do that, bro. Guys come over and play. That's bulletin board material and stuff like that.
I think we can win one. No.
Over here and said we're about to win a championship, bro. Like they think this championship a bust. This is what we plan this year for.
Also, too, not only that, listen to some of the players we have on our team right now. What was the one thing that you heard PJ Washington say this offseason what he needs to work on?
Working on his skillful dribbling the ball, moving the ball around.
Did you ever see him or hear him say anything about that when he played in Charlotte?
No.
And did you ever see Quentin Grimes working this hard on any other team? No disrespect to New York. No disrespect. But have you seen Quentin Grimes work this hard over the offseason ever?
No, but he lived right down the street. And same thing. Remember I yelled about PJ Washington? When I told people, I said, y'all don't understand. This dude's going to work. He wants to be a legend here. He's going. When last year when he shot the corner three, y'all said he coming to corner three. He won us a series with the corner three by the end of the year.
I was just about to say what did matter of fact during the end of the season going into the playoffs, even during the playoffs, what was PJ Washington doing? Locking himself in the gym, working on corner threes. Like, bro, this is what I'm talking about. Like, so yes, I am happy to see what they're doing. That's showing me that they are really, dedicated to getting this championship this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro. That's this year's goal is to finish the job. I think that's the
matter of fact. What is Lively doing right now?
Shooting the ball.
You said what now? Say that one more time for the people in the back.
Shooting the ball. They got a bunch of videos about. And I'm just talking about the 3-point shot.
Not just talking about the three. He's shooting
bank shot. Bro, he's shooting that,
bro. Tim Duncan shots off the glass. All that, bro.
They said they starting to. Some people starting to put his label, bro. Like, and this is wild to think. Some people starting to compare him to KG Anthony Davis, bro. They're saying he might got a skill set to be like one of those type of players.
Shout out to Freezy. I will give him his props. He did tell me this. I didn't say he was wrong. I was just saying I need to, I don't know a lot about the kid, so I'm only going by what people are telling me. When the Glow Yard was telling us about him, I didn't know anything about him. I've seen a couple of little workout videos or whatever, but a lot of times they show you the good stuff. They don't show you the bad stuff. I didn't watch him in college. All I can go off of was his numbers. So for the people who are telling us what he can do and all this stuff, like I said, Freezy telling me what he can do and all this stuff, we seen his impact immediately. We saw his growth throughout the season. Like I think you said this on one of the shows. Look at how he played Rudy in the preseason.
Yep.
Look how he played him in the playoffs.
Yep.
That's night and day. So in one season. That's not, 2-3 seasons growing all that. That's in one season. And Nico has touched on that before. The dude has been growing throughout this whole entire season, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, this is why you hear us talk with so much confidence about this team. It's not just because, we got to the final, we're gonna go back. It's not this. It's not just that, right? It's the fact that look at the stuff that they're doing to put forth the effort to go back to the finals.
Yep.
Not only from the front office, adding the people, but the people that they're adding are dedicating themselves to working out and getting themselves better. What did Nico say? If you can make yourself about 10 to 12% better. Or 15% better, whatever it was. Yeah, 15%. Like that'll help the team out. What are they doing right now, King? What did you just say PJ was doing?
Get himself better 15%.
What we're seeing Lively do every day now?
Get himself better 15%.
What we just see Najee Marshall do in your hometown?
Get himself together 15%.
And what is Derek Lively doing right now?
Get himself 15%, bro.
That's all I gotta say. That's it.
I think Lively is special one. I know we've been yelling that, and that's like a broken record now. That's the easy thing to say. But I think he's a guy that's going to develop kind of like Luka. I think he's going to be that quick, like it's going to be jumps every year. Like, oh my goodness, Derek Lively.
That's what I'm saying. This dude's going to start.
Yes. Well, yes.
Watch what he does. I'm okay.
He's going to get 30 minutes. I think Lively's going to get 30 minutes this year. Like, so Gafford
Lively's going to start and close.
Yes. Lively's job is to stay on the floor. Gafford now plays when Lively needs a break.
Yep.
It's not no tandem no more. I think at this year, Gafford plays when Lively needs a break. That's how it works now.
because Lobby's a little bit more versatile, especially if Lobby working on his jump shot. He's gonna definitely be more versatile.
And if this dude, like he got raw, he has raw offensive talent. Like you said, you see the highlights, they're gonna show you him making threes, just because it's Shaq can make threes at the gym or whatever like that. You feel me? Like everybody can do this. But people saying, no, bro, he got this. He can actually bring this into the game if they let him play and all. And like seeing him in the gym, his moves, the fluidity of the shots.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it is too. The fluidity, not just the shots, but the move way he's moving.
Yeah, it's like
he don't move like a little stiff, 7'1" guy or whatever, right? Like he moves with fluidity, like you said. So
Derek Lively makes a mid-range shot. He a Hall of Famer.
Bro, if he turn around and if he have a mid-range shot like a Patrick Ewing or somebody, bro, it's a wrap, bro.
If he makes it, they talking about an Anthony Davis, Kevin Garnett, where he gets a midi like that at 7'1", he's a Hall of Famer. You understand? If he has a mid-range shot at that, he's a Hall of Famer. I'm going to tell you this. So you talking about max and all that? That's super max. He's a Hall of Famer if he gets a mid-range shot.
Bro, he get a mid-range at 20.
He's a Hall of Famer. Bro.
What is he gonna look like at 25?
That's what I'm saying. He's about to be. If he gets a mid-range shot, he's a Hall of Famer. Something mid-range. That's all. Like something pause as far as it don't got to be the shot. It can be over the shoulder, like you said, Patrick Ewing. It could be a baby hook. You feel me? Like a Shaq or something. Just something where you in that mid-range and you can put your back against somebody.
He got a go-to move where he ain't got to always kick it back out. He can just go ahead and put it up himself. So
he can already pass at the free throw line. You feel me? If he needs to, like, and that's when he's already elite, one of the best centers at passing from the free throw line in the league. I feel like, and that's his first year. Like this dude, Derek Lively, bro. Like every time, like that Luka. Like right now, I know what Luka is, and this is crazy. He gonna get even better next year. Like Luka gonna be better. I'm more like
you want to know why I'm confident Luka gonna get better. Luka finally has an off season.
Oh yes, this is Luka. Like I know Luka's going to get better because he's Luka, but I'm more excited to see what Derek Lively goes to. Like Luka's going to be unstoppable. He's going to be. You can't get better than the best. You feel what I'm saying?
Nobody factors in the fact that, like I said, unless you're a Mavs fan, nobody outside of Dallas understands how important it was for Luka to finally get an off season. Like I've told folks before on other shows before, like, yo, this dude has never had an off season, bro, an actual legit off season. He's always playing year-round basketball. This is the first time in 6 years this dude is going to have a legit off season where he gets to just rest and work on his body, bro.
You 100% right. I'm gonna get to the next one, but Lively, like Luka, he's going to be number one, right? Like we know the ceiling for him. Best player in the NBA, right? That's his ceiling. What is Lively ceiling, bro? That's why, like, I don't know. Like, Lively is a beast. I could see Lively being a top 10 player. He's that good. That Lively's a beast. Like, I think Lively now. I told you I'm at a point where I think Lively may be better than Chet. And the whole draft was about Wemby and Chet and all that. If Lively was the 12th pick, and I'm saying he may be better than the second or last year first pick or whatever. It was second in the rookie of the year. This dude is special, man. Like Lively's
bro. I think Dallas and Miami got lucky on Ware and Lively, bro. Those two shouldn't have failed as far as they failed, bro. I'm calling Ware now.
I've seen he's skilled. He beats, but knock on wood and all stuff happen. It could be one thing, and I want to see Ware continue. Like Ware not as fluid as Derek Lively. Like, so he can go, he athletic and all, but his body, like Lively just a linky dude, pause that like it don't look weird. Like he fits his body, pause. Ware still like a little slow on foot while I worry about like leg injuries and stuff like that. But like I think Ware is more offensively talented in the post already than him. Like
he's shooting threes too.
Yeah, so like I think Ware gonna be a beast though, but if he can stay healthy though, that's what I worry about with Ware. Same thing with Lively though, but they both.
Jaime Jaquez and him, man. That's two nice little pieces, man.
Jaime Jaquez, and if you were with my brother, I told you already a Heat fan. People say Jaime Jaquez, he ain't gonna be that good and all, bro. They already getting ready for Jaime Jaquez, he's come on, man. He's Hispanic. Come on, down in Miami.
Oh, he got Miami. Yeah.
Come on, bro. They getting ready for Jaime Jaquez. That's why they got all these questions about what's his name and all Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, that all happened after Jaime Jaquez this year. Steven says, I agree that the disrespect has to stop by Dwight Powell. He's Hemi Powell for a reason. Facts, Steven.
Hey, don't sound like they disrespecting the White Power, man. So they putting him on that pedestal.
Hey, get his trade value up. Gina
I'm
says
talking about.
when Ant was gassed, they had every excuse for him. When the T-Wolves played bad, it's only because they missed shots. But when they beat us, it's because they had good defense. Why can't they give us credit?
You know what's funny too, Gina? That one game they beat us, everybody named Mama was like, "Oh, it's over."
Yep, they're coming back. They're gonna be the first team to come back with 3-0.
I was like, hey, ain't it 3-1? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I remember.
And in the game they beat us, it ain't like they blew us out or nothing. I mean, we lost by what was it like? They missed like some free throws or something like that at the end.
We had a bad
game. Once again, I think we lost by like 5 or something like that.
We gave away game 4. Yes.
Yep.
Kareem says if Nas Reed goes to another team one day, he will be an all-star. Rudy and Cat are just big names. Nas a beast.
Man, shout out to Wilson. He had a video talking about he's one of the people they're talking about, man. He was like, yeah, Nas is underrated, underappreciated over there in Minnesota, man. He said he got Cat and Rudy in his way. So
that's a person I watch for NBA knowledge because Wilson is a psycho in a good way as far as like knowledge and taking in the game, pause and wanting to see the game and know the game and all. Like Wilson does that. So like
Wilson is the
give you a
ultimate
take without it being some substance behind it. Pause. You feel me? Like it's going to be something.
And if it is something he's wrong about, and plus he gave a shout out to the White Power too. Shout out to Wilson. Shout towards the White Power. But no, and if he's wrong too, he'll go back and he'll admit he was wrong or whatever. Yep. So that's what I like about Wilson. But most time Wilson's pretty spot on, man, with his takes, man.
Nobody's gonna get every take right.
Yeah,
it is what it is. But like, it's just about saying you're wrong.
I know for a fact that he watches it though.
Yes, it's about saying you're wrong when you're wrong and not giving takes when you don't know. That's the issue.
That's it. That's in a nutshell. Like I don't watch the games. Why are you talking to him?
Yeah, like if you absolutely don't know, why would you make an opinion on it? That's foolish. Gina Kim says they act like the T-Wolves had generational defense because the Nuggets choked. Luka owns Go Bears, so everyone should have known we would beat them. Hey, they don't pay attention.
They probably didn't know we played them before in the playoffs.
Yeah,
man.
Al says Rudy got blocked twice in France game against Japan. He is so bad. I heard Rudy got kicked out the game for something foolish.
I mean, I heard Rudy got dunked on by a dude. Nobody can even pronounce his name.
Oh, shout out to Carleek Jones, man. You been paying attention to Carleek, man? Like Carleek is beasting in these Olympic games. They said
Carleek might get picked up by somebody here, man.
Carleek was the G League MVP once we let him go. And no, Carleek is nice. I don't have to. You can see this team doesn't have enough skillful guys to not be able to see when there's a diamond in the rough, when there is a guy that's skilled. Like, you feel me? Like, Carleek Jones had skill. I saw him scoring in the NBA and all. Like, there's a lot of guys.
This dude getting triple doubles in world play.
Yeah. Like, that stuff Luka and them was doing that it was like, wow, Luka got a triple double. Like,
yeah, getting triple doubles in world play is not an everyday thing, bro.
20 minutes. 40 minutes. Instead of 48, you damn near 10 minutes less. Gina Kim said, what are y'all thoughts on the Suns' Big Four now? We should all be scared of them now because they're better than us. They're starting 5. Matches are starting 5, and Nurkic is better than Lively, according to Johnny. Nah, they are. So now I'm telling you, I look at other teams, and I'm like, I think the Mavericks should be the number 1 seed this year. So everybody else should just pay attention and see where else you're going to fall at. I do think the Suns, if healthy, can be a top 6 seed. So I'm not worried about it. They beneath us now. Like, I'm really not worried about anybody else now. But I'm not worried about them. Like, this should, with health, make them a 6 seed at least. But like, I see them around the 4, 5, 6 range at the most. One
of the videos you sent me the other day, the dude made a good point, and a lot of people don't talk about this. Well, other than ESPN when they had their little poll pause, but yeah, they talked about, if you think about it, what teams really got better like that over the offseason?
The Mavericks.
No, he was saying other than the Mavericks, like he was talking about the Mavericks being number 1 in the West. Like, you saying
the Mavericks.
Like, there's no other team just made this. Oh my God, look at this move! They're the best team in the West now.
Mavericks got nobody really made and got better. Nobody else got better.
Exactly. Nobody really got better. Like, so, and that's what we keep trying to tell folks. Like, that's why we're confident we can get back there. Like, you got there with the squad you had, and you got better. We talk about these 3 guys that we lost, and we talk about 3 guys who pretty much are similar like them, but better.
I just hope we get Boston again, bro.
Yeah, I want them.
I can see us getting Philly this year, though. Pause. I know
So
Embiid. I think
so
this
you
year.
believe?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because I know you're gonna be like, it's not gonna happen. I think Embiid.
No. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen. I'm to the point now. I've heard this before about Philly and different teams they had. They had a bunch of different good teams. I gotta see it first.
I think so. This is why I think so. I don't know if they're gonna win it all. No, I don't think they're gonna win it all. I'm not going that far, but this is why I think they maybe have a chance. I think they're gonna let Maxey lead them this year. I think Joel Embiid is going to take a back seat this year and really just try to play in the playoffs. Like, so it's not even about the regular season this year. It's not about trying to.
Yeah, they already said Paul gonna be the third option. They already said that.
And I think Maxey is going to lead the team this year. He may not be the leading scorer, but I think it's close enough. You feel me? Like Embiid maybe at like 27, 26, and Maxey at 25. You feel me? Like they're going to be closer as far as scoring. I think Maxey going to lead them in the regular season. That's going to lead to Embiid not having to do as much in the regular season, where you can save him for the postseason. Now, if he can show up in the postseason, that's the question. Can he give us something instead of like just disappearing in general when he's not getting his free throw calls? But if Maxey takes that jump and then Paul George can stay healthy, it's about him as well. You got two guys that got to stay healthy. And he can be that third guy instead of being a number 2. He had number 3 actually now. I think they can make
number 3.
I think they're good enough to make the finals. I think it's a lot of teams. My thing with New York always is who's going to help JB? That's what my question always about the New York Knicks. When it comes down to situations, who's going to help JB? Who's going to be that guy that can say, man, I can go run this fourth quarter with JB. If JB's not having a good fourth quarter, I can go drop 20 today in the fourth quarter.
And they got more versatile options now.
They got versatile options, but it's still not a guy I'm going to. Like I'm saying, hey, this is my Kyrie if Luka not in the fourth quarter. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't trust that. That's still Julius Randle job, and I don't trust Julius Randle to be that guy. You feel me? So that's my thing with New York. And then I think Milwaukee going to be better. They ain't going to be as horrible as far as falling off this year. They still.
But I don't think they're better than I don't think they're better than Philly, New York, or Boston.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're better than either of them. Boston still going to be at the top, one of the top 3 seeds. Milwaukee might be the 5th seed this year because Indiana might be 4th this year. Yeah, Indiana might be 4th this year. So I don't know. Milwaukee, bro. This about to be. Watch out for Milwaukee because Milwaukee. I really think Giannis.
And they just got an alert. Was it yesterday? I think or day before yesterday. They're not trading Brook Lopez, so
that's going to start to get a little shaky.
They getting older, man. They getting old.
Too much says it's sad, but I do love after knocking off OKC and the Wolves to make the finals that we are still considered underdogs. I really hope teams play us like that too. Kyle, Luka, Clay will be champs. They gave us Kyle, Luka, Clay, and Spencer Dinwiddie. Those are 4 guys. That's like damn near all-star level guys that can create and play. You feel me? We have that. Win, bro. Win.
Yes.
Last time we hear that. Other than when we won a championship of older guys and all, at least somebody in a point that can do something. That's last time we won a championship.
I think yes, I think.
Yeah, I think that was the last time we won a championship.
Last time, yes.
Gina Kim says, I was told Lively is injury prone. Guess Mavs are just trash now. We will be a 7 seed at most because Clay is washed and won't help us as much, while the Suns will be a top 3 seed.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Why y'all doing that with Johnny B, man? You know how Johnny B is. Johnny B going to try to get y'all wild up, man. He going to always be the opposite side until it actually happens. We actually win it. Then he's going to be on the other side for a second. Gina Kim says, who is most likely to get DPOY next season, in your opinion, based on what we said from last year? Wemby.
Yeah, probably Wemby.
It's Wemby's to lose. I should say, like I think the MVPs is Luka's to lose. I think it's Wemby's to lose as far as DPOY. If Luka comes in the season in a shape, like just in any reasonable shape, like something like he was last year at least, it's his MVP to lose. As long as he don't like coming in the season out of shape or something like that.
I think he motivated. I think he not.
I think he gonna go like zero dark. And I think after, like I say for a second, I think like I told you, that little bit of time he had where he went to the wet and all that stuff, I think he got his system out and when he hung out with his friends and all. I think he's gonna chill now. He's gonna come back and it's gonna be like, whoa, Luka. It's like you actually went and took care of yourself. You want to win a championship this year. I think it's time. Frank's a Glow Yard member as well. He says, sup, fellas? What up, Frank?
What up, Frank?
I'm not watching a whole lot of Olympics, but the few games I did, not gonna lie, a lot of these NBA dudes aren't at all that, i.e. Dort and B, even Joker. Yeah, Dort out there doing the same thing, bro. He gonna make that his calling card. He can have the league soon. That little round screens, like just jumping and diving. He gonna hurt himself doing that one day. That's what's gonna happen. hope not, but stop doing foolish stuff like that. That's literally how Powell hurt Kyrie.
Yep.
Gina Kim says Joker still gets the excuse overseas, shaking my head. All I've seen is Luka hate saying he's a flopper as if they don't watch Embiid, but the Luka hate is getting out of hand. Everyone's still mad about us tanking. Hey, they're going to be mad. We got lively. Frank says, I seen someone excuse Joker because Serbia doesn't have the shooters/scorers that the Nuggets have. In my opinion, Luka would have gone for 50 because he's a dog that doesn't like to lose. Tell him again, Frank. They just said he was doing too much, though, and he wasn't helping the team out and all that. You know how it been, Frank.
Matter of fact, Luka had, I think, a triple-double in that loss, bro, and they still killed him.
Yep. Gina Kim says, yeah, Luka whines, but that's every player when he does it, though. It takes his focus off the game. That's his main problem. But to act like Luka only gets points from the free throw line is dumb. Yeah, I don't. When people say that whole free throw line, you can hate the way you can hate that Luka whines to the referees, right? But he's whining to the referees because he doesn't get the calls. So he doesn't get it. It's not like his free throws are stupid. He scores a bunch of points without free throws. If Luka didn't shoot free throws, he'd still be in the running for being the what is it, the top scorer in the league or whatever every year.
A couple things. We already debunked that whole he gets all his points from free throws by simply he leads the league, I think, by far. By far the most points without free throws. Then I remember we had the same argument with Freezy on one of the crossovers. He talking about Luka get the most free throws in the league, and we said no, he doesn't. And I think he was like number 4 on the list.
I think
free throws.
Did he not at the end of the year end up getting the record? He might have had the record for the most points ever without free throws.
Without free throws, yes, he did. I
think he might have had that as far as the season.
And also too, we had the argument with him that day talking about Luka shoot the most free throws. We're like, bro, Luka's not even. He's not even number 1. Like we were talking about it. We showed. I think we was like number 4 or something like that in the league. And so I was like, let's see. That's why I said these narratives got to stop, man. They got to stop.
You normally think the guy to lead the league in scoring is the number 1 free throw guy. Shout out to Embiid, but it's not with Luka. Like if he got free throws, Luka would damn near score 40 a game.
Yeah, if he got the free throws, bro, it'd be a wrap.
He'd be scoring like 40 a game.
He got you 34 points a game, and it was number 4 in free throws or whatever it was, bro. So
yep,
yeah.
Coy says Lively was our second best player of the OKC series, in my opinion, and I can't even argue with you. Like he was that dude. He was at least top 3.
I better say don't sleep on PJ.
Yeah, because PJ and DJJ.
Yeah, DJJ too. Yeah,
half of each shit like the beginning half was PJ, the second half was DJJ, and then Lively was usually the second best player in between that.
Because remember, I think Lively struggled those first like 2 games, and after that he just turned it on.
He did it every playoff series. It seemed like he was a rookie the first like game or 2 or whatever, and then after that he would just like evolve in front of our eyes and like I know how to handle this now. Daniel says, "Hey fellas, what up, Daniel? As a Maverick fan for a long time, I'm excited for the Mavericks' future, but as a Rangers fan, our season is pretty much over." Thanks. I'm sorry, Daniel. We made some trades with the other suspect. We made some. We'll see. We'll see how they work. We've been trashed, bro. It's crazy. We've been trashed. Whew. Before, like, what was it? The last 2 games or whatever, we were like 12 and 6, and I think 12 and 18 in our last 30 games, and we still like the number 1 team in the AL. Gina Kim says, "Don't forget Celtics beat an injured Knicks team, but no one mentions it."
Well, no, he didn't play the Knicks.
No, the Knicks lost to the
Pacers.
Pacers, yeah. She also said, "Saw KD going back and forth with some fans on Twitter. If they could add any FIBA rules to the NBA, what rules do you think they should add? And do y'all think that that'll help the NBA not be soft?" I think I would like to see at the All-Star game they allow you to knock the ball off the rim. I don't want to see it in a regular game, but I would like to see it just to change things up in the All-Star game. Like you're trying to maybe bring FIBA rules to the All-Star game. That's what they should do. Instead of a regular All-Star game, making FIBA rules. But other than that rule, though, like, that's wild. I know I'm like I guess a traditionalist of the game now and all that stuff. Like I don't need any other rules. I think the rules already been changed enough where it's, I don't know. I want some of the old school NBA rules back. That's what I want first instead of the FIBA rules. Frank says, I'm excited as hell for this season because guys are hungry as F to prove everyone wrong and win. Facts.
Yep, same, Frank.
Feel like that 2011 team all over again, right? Daniel said, I think the Mavs are going to have some challenges next year since the West will always be tough, and it's going to come down to matchups and clutch shots for Luka, Kyrie, and Klay. I feel you, Daniel, but I don't think so. I think the Mavericks just got head and shoulders above everybody else. I really do. So I think last year was the year where everybody was close to each other, and now I think the Mavericks separated themselves. I'm not worried about any team. Remember the end of the season, bro, we were like, at this point, bro, we match up well with any team in the West now. Now we got even better. Nobody has gotten to a point where I'm sitting there and like they got better. They became a
nobody just all of a sudden got better over the offseason.
Yeah, it's not like I'm like the Nuggets didn't get better as a better matchup now. Like I'm not afraid of them. Who we beat? OKC. I know they got, like I said, Hartenstein. I'm not worried about him. I don't think as long as Minnesota has Rudy Gobert, I'm not worried about him. The Clippers, not worried about them. Like
they're not worried about the Clippers.
I don't think like Ja Morant and them, I don't think they can out-rebound us enough. They don't get enough rebounds like the Grizzlies and all that. Like, there's no team that I'm worried about right now in the Western Conference for sure. I just want to see the Boston Celtics again. Gina Kim said, I feel like it's the refs that make the game unwatchable, and that's why the league is becoming soft. I didn't know we watch games to see the refs whose names we shouldn't know, blow a whistle. Facts about the names. I say that all the time. Frank says, not going to lie, my confidence is growing every day that Lively will be an all-star at least once in his career. I'm starting to think he's going to be there more than once, though, Frank. I think once it's going to be like, wow. I think one time might be soon. Gina Kim said, I didn't hear of Lively until a day or two before the draft. I saw some fans saying we should draft him. I looked him up and was on board because I knew we could develop him. I wanted a Dwight replacement. Yeah, Lively, that dude, man.
Yeah, everybody wanted a Dwight replacement.
Shout out to, like I said, Larry, Big Fat, Richard, Joe. Gina Kim says, I know Luka is going to get better because he does every year. Maybe he finally improves his free throws, but I want to see him improve his body and conditioning. His D2, put more effort majority of the time. I think his free throws were 78% last year, Gina Kim.
Yeah, he's working on. He got better on those.
I'm actually getting more like, I'm not as worried about Luka's free throws anymore. He have games where he'll go and you see him miss the first ones. I'm like, damn, he's going to be off today on the free throws. But usually when he hits that first one, I'm like, all right, well, Luka in the zone, he good. He's going to make his free throws now. Gina Kim also says Lively will be a top 3 center at some point starting next season or year 3, but I can't wait to see him grow into a dominant player. Facts. Frank said, I'm calling it once Kyrie and Klay retires, Lively will be Luka's all-star teammate, and Lively will be a max money player. That might happen before they retire, Frank. That's all I'm saying, man. They still got 2 more years. Just here at least. Like, I think Lively gonna be there pretty soon, bro. Like I can see Lively being an all-star by his 4th year. Daniel says, I do have a bold prediction though for the Mavs. When we do get close to the trade deadline, I believe that we are going to either bring back DFS in a trade for Maxey or cut Maxey altogether. Wow. I don't think we cut Maxey. If we cut Maxey, it would be next year, but I think we would still try to trade him though first. He would be cut in the season of next year. Next year's season is when Maxey could get cut.
Or just trade him because he had 1 year left.
That's what I'm saying. I would try to, but if nobody got him, I'm saying I think the soonest he'd be cut would be in the middle of next year. If nobody and they wanted to get somebody else, they struggled, need another roster spot. They would just cut Maxey Cleaver saying we're done. Get somebody else. Gina Kim says, funny how they had the T-Wolves coming back, but when the Mavs were down to Boston, they gave us no chance. Every opponent we went against, they doubted us. I can't wait to win that ring next year. Frank says Philadelphia are the Clippers of the East. They might be. The Clippers should have won a couple times, though. But it's probably usually always bad luck. You're right. They sent OKC and the Kings make some other moves. I told you. I think the Kings just put themselves in the middle of the lineup, man. I think the Kings going to be 4 or 5, if that, bro. At the highest. That's their ceiling as far as the Kings going to be just a regular playoff team that's going most of the time be a one and done.
Yeah, I want to see how DeRozan fit in that style of play that he got over there.
Who their best player?
Super bonus.
Kings going to be a one and done around the 4 or 5 seed. That's what I'm saying to you. Like, they got a big 3 of barely all-stars. Didn't Chicago just do the same thing? Didn't Chicago literally just do the same thing with DeMar DeRozan, what's his name? Vujicic and Zach LaVine, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just did the same exact thing. That's all I'm saying. Gina Kim said, I'm not even that worried about OKC, but I think we'll be fighting them for the first seed. I know Ja coming back, but I'm still iffy on Memphis. Suns might just be a 6th seed and everyone not important. Yeah, I think the team that fights is for the top seed gonna be OKC. And then, like I said, everybody else, I really think. Oh, Richard says, what up, Richard? You gonna tell him about well, we can wait till the end of the show. Richard, we got something to talk to you about at the end of the show, so stay locked in. But he's a Glow Yard member. He says Indy will be higher than the 4th seed, King. So who you got him higher than, Richard? You got let me know who your top 3 seeds are or whatever, if you got Indy in there. Ali says, I don't care what time it is, but if the Mavs sign Powell an extension, we spamming the Mavs server and we will bring up for the live Glow Yard show. Man, that's a shots fired. We just gonna let y'all talk when that happens. Well, if that happened, I should say. Gina Kim says, I feel like the Bucks could make the finals next year. Everyone's sleeping on Giannis. I feel like he's underrated now. I don't believe in Philly at all. I think it'll be Boston or the Bucks in the finals. I don't think it'll be the Bucks. You know how I feel about Giannis, Gina Kim.
It's not about Giannis, Gene. It's about everybody around Giannis. Their core is older now. Yeah. They're older.
That team trash. It's becoming trash. Richard says you cannot win playing Super Dwight and layup line Maxey miss a lot or order. I was told T-shirt or order a I was told shirt. LOL. Yeah, Richard. That's your boys, Richard. Surprised you didn't pick Maxey number 1 in your draft. G. The Kip says, I really do believe if the Knicks were healthy, they would have beaten Boston and we would have had Knicks versus Mavs in the finals. Maybe next year, but I really want a rematch. I don't think so. I don't think they'd beat Boston.
That's my pick.
Knicks through the finals?
Yep. Knicks and Mavs in the finals.
Maybe, bro. Maybe. I just don't think they got it. Usually that, I told you, superstars carry you, man. My thing, it sometimes happens. It happens where, teams do win without major stars or whatever like that. But I don't know. I don't trust guys enough in the playoffs. Frank said, I don't think the Bucks will make it into the top 5 seed. Giannis and Dame can keep the team afloat, but their team is trash and don't mesh together. I agree with that, Frank. Daniel said, no need to apologize, King. Rangers just was a hurt puppy with all those injuries, and they trying to get healthy, but they can't catch Houston. Yeah, I told them Houston took over the division. It's probably a wrap as far as that division. And I don't know if anybody else from your division going to make the wild card. Maybe Seattle and them might play, but yeah, I think Houston, y'all didn't let them get over 500. They was like damn near, I think 15 games or so under 500 at one point. That's wow. That's the one team I'm worried about in the AL. Is Houston. Gina Kim says, what are y'all looking forward to the most next season? Games against rivals, how the team fits, could be anything. The championship.
Just the season in general, so we can shut people up.
I want to win the ring, Gina Kim. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm finals or bust next year. It was Western Conference. I know we got to that point. I'm finals or bust from the beginning of the season before it even happens.
Yep.
Daniel says if Clay can average 15 to 18 points a game with Luka averaging 34 plus and Kyrie 28 plus, the Mavericks would be the number 1 seed easily. So I don't think Luka going to score that much. I don't think Kyrie going to score that much. I think Kyrie going to be a little bit less. I think Kyrie going to be a little less than he was last year. I think Luka going to be a little less than he was last year. I think Clay going to give us over 15 a game, but I think Spencer Dinwiddie going to give us over 10. So
I can see that.
And then other guys are going to score. I think we have another guy that's going to score 10 points a game. Like, how we normally do have
PJ.
A PJ or we're gonna have PJ still, and I think another guy. So like a Najee or something like that. One of those guys gonna get the 10.
Yeah, I can see it.
A Quentin Grimes and Najee, and one of them guys gonna get the 10 points a game. Watch what I tell you.
Our offense gonna be stupid.
I think we're the number 1. I already said that though. If our defense still top 10, like I think it's gonna be, and if it's top 5 for sure, like we're gonna run the West this year. Gina Kim said, I'm looking forward to seeing the Mavs versus the Warriors. I hope Clay goes for 25 plus and hot from 3. Here's my hot take. The Mavs sweep the Warriors next year. Regular season.
You said 3 games?
Yep. Well, more than that.
I think it's 3.
We play them in the Western night. The
right.
in-season tournament thing.
That don't count as 1 to 3.
It depends on how we play. So we might play them again, don't we? Hold up, I don't know. It might be 4. Is it 4 times we play in-season tournament, dudes? Do we play them 4 times?
I don't even know. I know it rotates every once in a while. Like we might play them 3 one year and 4 the next or whatever. So I'm not even sure.
Yeah. Latte says I don't get how Rangers is this bad. Blue Jays is a selling team and sweep the Rangers, but Kings owes 5-4 against the Blue Jays. Speechless. Hey man, Latte. I told you, man. This baseball is a crazy sport, bro. Like they was trash. The Orioles just after the All-Star break, the Orioles have been playing. Even really going to
remember too, they play 162
160
games.
Just so I tell folks, like they tell you,
so you come with those ebbs and flows, bro.
You're going to lose 60 games. You feel me? Like that's what they say. 60 of them, you're going to basically lose. It's about the other ones and where you go. Like that's.
It's really about getting your bats and stuff and your lineups in line, your bats in hot
at the right time. Because y'all got it at the right time. Y'all look like y'all
got it at the right time.
Yeah, like it was like.
Damn, remember going into the playoffs, bro? We was like, man, it was looking like trash going into the playoffs. We just got hot at the right time,
lost the
man.
Division. Remember, y'all were leading division the whole year until the end of the season.
Matter of fact, I think we played Houston in the last series of the season, bro. We lost to them.
Yep.
So yeah,
Seattle walked away because Seattle was trying to take your spot from y'all too, and then
wait, no. I'm sorry. We lost to Seattle.
Yeah.
In the last series of the season, and Houston beat I think the Tigers. The last their last series of the season. That's how they end up getting the division over.
That was wild. Y'all just made the playoffs and won the World Series. Gina Kim said, I think last season Knicks could beat Boston, but this season they might not have a chance. Shoot, I think they got a better chance because I don't think
yeah, I'm gonna say I think they got a better chance, man.
Kristaps Porzingis might be done. That's gonna be a real bad contract real soon. I guess they won the championship, so it don't matter, but I could see him missing the whole year next year. You know how Kristaps works. He already out. They already saying he out for months already. So
and Al Horford is not somebody you want to count on like that, man. He's 38, almost 39 years old now. So
Boston, get back to the finals, man. We gotta play Jason Tatum, and I just don't want Boston fans to have them bragging rights, bro. Richard says Boston, Indy, Knicks, not sure on 4, but Bucks are done. So you don't think Philly's going to be a top 4 seed? Okay, I mean a top 3 seed. Okay. I think Philly's gonna be a top. I think they'll be a top 3 seed.
Yeah, I think Philly, Boston, and New York gonna be the top 3 in the. As
long as Embiid is healthy, Philly's a top seed. That's how I feel. Like when he's healthy, they're a top seed. I'm not worried the regular season. They become the playoffs when it's like, can you get the job done? Gina Kim said Embiid in the Olympics is so irrelevant. He playing that KP role. He's the only reason why I want us to lose. Dude just getting carried to a medal. He was Serbia's best player. This dude wild. His comments is ridiculous. He don't want talking all the trash and all and hedging his bets.
Giving you 4 points and 2 rebounds.
Yeah. You getting outplayed by every center for every daggone country. Frank says Knicks' greatest threat isn't the Celtics. It's their own head coach, LOL Tibbs, going to grind their knees to dust, shaking my head. Mikal was going to lose his Iron Man streak because of Tibbs.
Ooh.
Nah, they're going to play him even if he hurt.
Shots fired, boy. Jesus.
They're going to make him Cal Ripken. Daniel says Chris Young should have gotten Brent Royer from the A's. I think it's Rooker, ain't it? But they set their
he probably what he meant.
On their hands and played it safe by getting Shaflin and Kelly from the Tigers. This team is not good enough for 2024.
Yeah, they talked about all this. They trying to buy and all that stuff, and then that's what they end up doing. So, I mean, it is what it is, man.
The Orioles was like, we gave away some prospects and all that, which had to happen because we had too many guys that played the same positions, and we had too many nice guys in the farm system. But we got some names. It was like, wow, that's what we got. That's what we gave away and waited all this time for them. But who knows? Maybe. Gina Kim says, and everyone, Celtics fans were really mad at Kerr for not playing Tatum. I thought KD was starting to Tatum come off the bench, but he did come back from an injury, so it makes sense. I told y'all, they disrespecting Tatum. And that's part of Ben. Ben started that charge, and that was disrespectful, though. Steve Kerr shouldn't have did that. People were like, well, who should he have played over? Derek White.
That's duh.
Derek White.
This dude is a replacement. Why is he playing over the guy who was on the team, bro? That's crazy.
Derek White. Think about the dream team. Would they be like, well, you know what? Christian Laettner fit better right now than David Robinson or whatever David Robinson. You feel me? Let's play. No, You gonna play David Robinson? Chris Layton are gonna sit himself on the bench.
Christian Laettner, go ahead and sit on the bench.
Yeah, like that's
Get this free gold medal.
Larry Bird, get this 2 minutes real quick to be Larry Bird, and come sit on the bench just because you Larry Bird. We're gonna get you in there real quick. You don't disrespect. That was nasty. They lead in that charge. I'm starting to not like it. It's actually making me a Jason Tatum fan. Is that crazy? The watching because it's becoming personal. I'm not liking to see him be like his personality be destroyed. Like he's still a dude, a brother, just in general. Like that's not cool. But it is what it is, man. Latte says 2025 playoffs. I want to face OKC, many Suns, and Boston in the finals. We win. I feel you. I heard Kawhi, man. That's wild. Shout out to AM Hoops. They said Kawhi got cut. They said that it wasn't that whole. It ain't that whole Nike issue and all that stuff. Because if that was the issue, then why?
It was chemistry and camaraderie.
Yeah, they said he got cut. That's what Grant Hill and them cut him. It's like, wow. Gina Kim said, I love Tatum, but he can't be in the top 5 conversation, not even playing the Olympics. What top 5 player against DNP? Not hating, though. Just crazy how Drew and White get more minutes and him not even one. Yeah, Steve Crescent did that. Gina Kim said, they said White is a guard and Tatum is a forward, but that's disrespectful. And Jaylen Brown not even on the team getting disrespected by Grant Hill. So it's a couple of things. Jason Tatum, it's the Olympics. Like people said, like, bro, this is positionless basketball. Just throw these dudes out here. You got another guy. LeBron can play the 2 guard if you need a guard out there. Like you can make these guys fit the position. That's BS. White, you play the best of the best in the Olympics and make them work. That's what usually how it works. And Jaylen Brown, I think Jaylen Brown said what he said, but Grant Hill wasn't being disrespectful to Jaylen Brown. Grant Hill just said, I'm not out for these conspiracy theories and all right now. I don't think he was saying Jaylen Brown was saying this conspiracy theory. He's saying that Jaylen Brown not being on the team and Kawhi Leonard not being on the team is not a conspiracy theory. And then Jaylen Brown came back and said the stuff about calling me a conspiracy theorist and all that stuff. And it's like Jaylen Brown just being Jaylen Brown right now. It is. I'm not saying Nike and all not involved. We all know politics are involved, but I think if Kawhi was Kawhi in the playoffs like we saw him, I can see Kawhi Leonard get cut now. If that's the Kawhi Leonard that he became now, Kawhi Leonard would get cut from this team. That he's not better than a lot of these players. He was trash.
Facts.
And they going into a new arena. I got some injuries last too. Gina Kim said Kerr said he felt like an idiot, as he should have. That was he. Well, at least Boston got one. Salam says, "What's up? What up, Salam?" He said, "What team do y'all think will make a leap this season?" I said, "The Magic, Memphis, and us." I agree. You need to try. Okay, man. I try again. Colton, what up? Colton says, but off topic. But how much would y'all like to see a rebrand? I think they missed it.
Yes.
Rebrand when Luka ever began. I think they're going to rebrand soon.
Yes. I hope they do. I think they will too, and I hope they do.
I think they will soon. And Daniel said the Orioles made some interesting moves, but what are y'all guys going to do about Eloy though? Or Eloy, I think. Is he going to DH now with O'Hearn going to play the outfield or play at first base? I have no clue, Daniel. Like I said, I know O'Hearn only got one more year, so I think they have control on him. But as far as like O'Hearn, I don't know what the Orioles doing right now. I know Jackson Holiday coming back up, so we'll see. I don't know.
But all right, man. We're gonna probably wrap it up there, man. It's almost 1:00 here. I'm getting tired. Listen, man. If you guys want to become members of want to join us here, if we talk about all things Dallas Mavericks, guys, all you got to do if you're brand new to the channel is go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Join us here, and everybody, please hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, help us get that algorithm built up, man, so we can find more Mav fans like yourselves to join the Glow Yard gang. Also, too, if you guys want to become a member of the channel, you got to simply do this: hit this join button right here next to the subscribe button. And if you're on an iPhone, you probably got to go through Safari and through the YouTube desktop version to our channel and then hit join that way. But other than that, everybody just simply hit the join button. You can join us here on Fridays as we have our Members Day Fridays, where the members join us here on stage and talk Dallas Mavericks. We had a pretty good conversation on last Friday, man. So we definitely appreciate the members of the channel supporting and enjoying the time with you guys. So also, too, you guys can follow me on my other channel because we geeked, man. We had a pretty good show last Saturday. What was it? We have a show Friday, Thursday,
2 days ago or something.
2 days ago. When did Deadpool? Sunday. We had Sunday. Yeah, we had Sunday. So yeah, we had a pretty good show on Sunday, man. Appreciate the engagement from everybody on that too, man. Follow us on there as we talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. You guys can go back to our channel. We just had we talked about the Deadpool Wolverine movie and talked about all the news that dropped during Comic-Con, like Robert Downey Jr. becoming Doom in the new the 2 Avenger movies about to release here in 2026 and 2027. But you guys can join us for that conversation. But other than that, man, I think that's it. King, am I missing anything else?
Share, more share, guys. Like is an equivalent of a share. You want to talk to Rich about the shirts?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Let them know.
Go ahead, let them know. Put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to tell them.
Okay. So not just for Richard, because people are asking too. So right now, guys, we are putting the shirts on hold. We were hit by the NBA with certain things, so we're gonna have to wait and see what they decide to let us do as far as our merch was getting out there too. It really was.
It was bootlegging it and all that.
Yeah, bootlegging and all that. Yeah. So we're gonna let y'all know as soon as everything kind of clears to where we can start letting y'all guys know about the merch and all that stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I think the only thing right now you can still get is probably the logo shirts through Court Kings. I think, yeah, we talk Mavs shirts. I think you can still get those. But other than that, everything else is kind of on hold right now. I know some people are asking about it. I know that people want to get the I Was Told shirts, but yeah. I know. Yeah. We I Was Told and Stand on Business seem to be the 2 popular ones or whatever. So, but yeah, we do apologize, y'all. We were trying to wait to see what the decision was going to be. The NBA is putting a cease and desist on us, y'all. So we got to wait and see what they decide to do with that. And
allegedly, they don't see us though.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. But yeah, so we'll let y'all guys know pretty soon, man. Hopefully, as soon as we get some news, we'll let y'all know. So that's what's up with our merch right now. But yeah. Anything else, King?
Nah, I think that's about it.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up, man. Listen, it is your boys Relle and King of We Talk Mavs. We talk Dallas Mavs from a fan's perspective. We will be back here on Friday, man, for the members only show for the members. Same map time, same map channel. Go Mavs. I Was Told. And we out.
Peace.